I wish good things to you who's watching this. I am Alexey and this is episode 10 of Speedrun, a series of videos in which I measure the journey from complete beginner to Carcassonne master with my secret and now of course not so secret second account on Board Game Arena. 2 weeks ago we cracked the rating of 500, which is the threshold for expert, and now we're rated at 551, so 150 rating points to go until the threshold of master has been passed. In this episode, like in the previous episode, I will be playing expert or above, which should make for some tougher games. And already we have somebody joining. The play with the screen name Is There a Vibration? I have played them before with my main account. I'm not sure if they watch my channel or not, if they even know that Speedrun is me. Well, hopefully that they do not know that, because then it will be a bit harder for them to win. Well, we get the best starting style in Carcassonne, and we get to start. So far, things are going pretty well. Let's see how they respond, actually. So the best response is to place this tile over here and turn it with the city cap outwards. But let's see if they actually do that. They do. They know they're opening stuff. Then, of course, we take a 2-point road in such a way that harasses our opponent's meeple a little bit. They try blocking, but... oh, and an early farmer. Now, that's interesting. Now, of course, we need to place this road, but how exactly? So I could place it over here because I do not want to be giving my opponent a free, like, 2-point move with the road. But actually, this time, I'm going to place it like this because I want to start restricting this field. I want to maybe try and keep this farmer at 3 points. Wow. That's... well, he's got some moves, I have to tell you this. Okay, so the normal move here is just to continue our road. It's not to do anything weird or crazy. And the thing with continuing our road, it actually secures our city a little bit, so I think that's correct. But also, this is super tempting. I'm trying to block his meeple over here. And also, I'm trying to do that in such a way that harasses that other meeple over here. And also, if I do this, now if my opponent gets something like a curve, he'll be forced to defend, and this diverts attention from this meeple. And it also curtails the field. I mean, so many good things about this move, but I'm going to still play the one which I think is slightly better. The one which actually gives me like the best equity overall. The main idea here is that I do not want to make moves which maybe block my opponent. And if I were to place this, I would have like I forgot what were the odds, but 45%, I think something like this, of actually completing the block successful, which is a lot. So our opponent is trash talking. Always good to have that. Okay, so now just to annoy them, I'm going to play even slower. What are our moves? We could go here. No. We could go here to defend. Not worth it. Maybe just continue this. I mean, it incentivizes my opponent to take this road and maybe hurt me here, but then I will be able to take another road and separate. So I think this move is all right. Yeah, and now, for example, they can't really use this road tile to attack my city. They're forced to finish their city. Now it's time to strike. From which side, though? Well, I think from the side which is not in my opponent's city, right? Actually, I'm one straight line away from, like, completely boxing them in, which is pretty cool. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now this is interesting. I mean, it's not a bad move, I think. But now I can't play this, and I can't play this either. Okay, so here's my idea. I will wait for like a triple city tile, or a tube tile, or the one remaining splitter like this. And I would want to use this to block this meeple. But if I don't block this meeple, then, I don't know, my opponent gets a triangle city with a road, places it over here, and then I manage to grow my ruin like this and then block this square. So I'm getting some advantage from that. Let me just try actually score some quick points over here. Yeah, my opponent does the thing that I thought they would do, but it's fine because I have another threat. Which way is better? So that way it's better in terms of odds of actually my opponent not being able to connect to the city. But I think in this case I should be making an exception here. Because, well, there was a reason. Because, for example, if I were to turn it the other way, my opponent could connect in a different way from this square, and then this would make this square sensitive, but I need this square to block this square. Anyway, it was all part of the plan. Now, of course, we block our opponent's meeple, and we're having an advantage because of that. Interesting use of a curvy tile to connect to the city. Now what do? We can't go here, can't go here. Here we can't go either because 3 of the big tiles have gone out, so the city's not fighting for. I think a good move is just starting a city elsewhere and hopefully creating a counter field in the future, or I think this is a good move, kind of trying to push our opponent further from the city. No, that's the wrong expression. Trying to make sure that our opponent is forced to use a city tile on a shared feature. Because I'm now threatening to take it over, which I think I should actually. Now this city is different. This city is worth fighting for. And my opponent doesn't really have meeples to fight for this city. But instead, they attempt to block my city meeple, and now it's actually worth to spend a tile on defense, because just by plating this one curve, I get much, much better odds of successfully completing this city. Well, do I ever do something like this? I don't think so, because this becomes blockable. Basically, we just need to wait for this situation to resolve by itself. I could also go here, actually. And then, it's not a bad move. But I think the normal move here is to still just start a new city in the safest possible place. Maybe in a new field here. Because I want to start a counter field. Like, I want this early farmer by my opponent to feel silly. That would be nice. The problem is, wherever, like, it doesn't matter where I go here, it gives back a nice monastery spot. That's something that I don't like. And all 6 monasteries are still in the deck. So I think I'm just going to start the city here. And there will still be a chance to develop this field, and also it does not matter anymore because I get a fantastic tile. Okay, it does still matter. Like, I will be only equalizing the score on the scoreboard. It's not. It doesn't give me that much. Yeah, my opponent is preparing to block. Nothing much that I can really do. But this style is, of course, super, super useful. So the defense, indirect defense here worked. I limited the number of tiles that my opponent could have in order to block this square. My opponent drew a tile which otherwise would have fit for blocking, but because of this thorny curve, my opponent was not able to block my square fully. Well, I have to do this, I guess, even though it's a bit awkward and the city will be blocked. Wait, do I ever do this? No, I don't think I don't, because blocking this city is not a good idea. That's a strong move from my opponent, trying to Trying to do what exactly? Yeah, trying to make sure that I can't use a splitter to separate here. Now, it's a very, very interesting situation for me. I am seriously considering a move like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because they're actually, well, there are still plenty of tiles remaining for my opponent to connect. But given that my opponent's a meeple down, maybe I want that to happen. And also I'm restricting the field by so much if I do that. I could also do this, but then my opponent could grab another tile and reconnect. Also here, if I do this, my opponent in some worlds kind of connects all the way through here and blocks this meeple. But it's a risk I'm willing to take. Like, it just takes the game to an interesting place. Okay, so apparently our opponent is saying the last game, meaning it probably means that they're annoyed at the playing speed of me. And they also make a mistake. I think they should meeple a monastery like this somewhere here. What should I do? Do I ever meeple this road? Kind of this stuff is tempting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, there are 8 curves remaining. I never meeple this road. What should we do, man? Well, I could meeple it like this because there's still plenty of road ends, but is it really worth it? No, I already have another road. Let's make a weird move like this. It just kills off some monasteries a little bit. I don't quite get my opponent, so they are annoyed that I'm playing slow, but they are playing slower. Okay, they do make the best move, and now here, I will be taking 2 points for a road and trying to finish my road indirectly. So that's the whole plan of this. Okay, my opponent keeps getting fantastic tiles. That's an amazing tile that they just got. Just amazing. But they decide not to fight for the city. That's pretty interesting. And after this, their 9-point farm is actually pretty good. And there are no access points. And moreover, I will probably end up closing this farm even further. But I have to do this because I want to finish my road here like this. What was that move? Okay, I shouldn't be like this. It's a mistake. It's just a normal mistake. Like, now, do we just try to like meeple a new city and be aggressive? Do we just start a new city over here, or do we just go here and honestly try to 1, 2, 3, 4? Actually, I think this works. I think we can win this big ruin. Unless my opponent gets the one tile that he can use to separate himself from the ruin. Okay, now I also notice that they have a bit of an access point. But this has to be a serious mistake. You do not drop a second farmer there. My opponent does not have the luxury to do stuff like this. My opponent does not have the meeples to do stuff like this. Now, I would like to put my meeple over here, of course, my tile over here, but I cannot afford that because this square will become too easily blockable. So I need to wait for the tile that goes into this square first, and then the other one. Now, also I will want to put some sort of triangle city tile or some sort of city tile here just to try and limit my opponent's field a little bit more. But I think instead I'm just going to go here. And I'm going to protect this spot from blocking because my opponents could still draw like a straight line or something. Okay, they do open up their field quite a bit, but they have 2 farmers. Like, and for now, there is 2 farmers are scoring 15 points. I do get a meeple back. Okay, that's an interesting way to expand the field. I think the better way was to go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's still 2 crossroads remaining, but 2 is not enough to start a new road. So I think I need to make a move that just like limits my opponent's field. Here maybe? Or here? Which one's better? Maybe here, because then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, if I draw a curve, then I can prevent my opponent from expanding this field. So I think this is the reasonable move. That's an interesting move. Now I kind of need to think. No, it's a decent move. Let me see. Wait, no. No, it's a mistake. Because look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the vanilla city caps that fits into this square have gone out. All the both splitters have gone out. So my opponent cannot actually make a city cap over here. Yeah, my opponent cannot expand this field properly. I was thinking of going here first just to clean off the city cap, but I think I'm better off doing something like this. My opponent could, of course, go here, but I'm fine with this. Because I will have a net 9-point ruin, which equals this field, and my opponent still has like this meeple blocked. This move I do not understand. I do understand it. I think my opponent wants to draw the splitter, but it's quite unlikely. I think I will be able to eat up my opponent's meeple. All I need to do now first is just to keep limiting my opponent's field. Okay, so at least that's working out. They could try attacking it. Okay, that's interesting. They unify the two farmers, and now they're scoring 12 points instead of 15. So I'm fine with that. Now I need to go here. The question is, do I meeple this city? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure, that's still quite a lot of Doritos. I'm kind of, this square is sensitive, right? But the main reason why I kind of want to meeple this is just to prevent my opponent from meepling this. Maybe I'm less ahead than I think I am. But still, no, if I leave this open, my opponent like takes something like this, and no, I have to meeple this for defensive reasons. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Okay, so my opponent starts a new city. Now we get to go here, and we get to eat up this little city piece. That's fantastic. Ooh, that's a decent move, actually. Breaking my city. It is kind of annoying, yeah. Because there are only so many tiles that fit here. Actually, there's one tile that fits here. So that ended up working not great, but still with my city, which I get to expand now. And they, of course, should block. I still think I'm in a good condition because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's a 20-point ruin, and it is pretty much inaccessible. There's only one Dorito tile that goes here, and my opponent would need a runner. Yeah, it's just very, very hard for my opponent to do anything. Okay, we're now going here. We are going here and also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. So I have 30 and my opponent has 13. So I'm at plus 17 at the moment. My opponent, of course, is likely to get a meeple back. But not after this. Block. It's quite a fortunate run out, but still was totally worth doing. They, of course, are trying to now finish a shared city. Well, first of all, they equalize a 2-point city with a 3-point city, which is a net 1 point for them. And also, if they get a city cap, they get to finish this. And then they get to score 3 more points for the field. So we want to prevent that. And also, we're scoring 4 points for the road. This is working out. Yeah, they're trying to finish a new city. What do we do? I don't know. I mean, I guess we could limit them further. Yeah, we could limit them further over here. Because I think there's still one Dorito that goes here. So if we get a straight road... Actually, no. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, there's only one Dorito. So there's no point of doing this. If we can get like a straight road or something. Although I should count probably... But I won't. Yeah, I won't. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's still crossroads, so we can't really place our last meeple. And they concede the game, which makes things honestly a bit less interesting. But we would be winning with like plus 30-ish overall. because we still had meeples to score quick points, and then we could find a 5-point monastery or a field or something like this. As you see, I was maybe a bit sloppy with the tile counting, so I was a bit sloppy on the tile tracking. And I just counted tiles whenever I needed to, but this game I think we had control. Also, I had an interesting decision over here. It was kind of very counterintuitive, right? Because I wasn't forced. I decided to continue my opponent's city in a way that makes it easier for them to invade my city. But the main point of that move was to thwart the growth of my opponent's field, which ended up being actually pretty small. I mean, 12 points for 2 farmers, it's like 6 points per farmer. It's really not a lot. And then I had a meeple majority, which I utilized over here and managed to take over a big ruin. So we are now at 561, and we will be now playing against somebody else. Okay, so they say in Spanish how unpleasant it is to play with a player that uses time to harass the opponent. Yeah, okay, and they say that they're going to block me. Whatever. But also, like, we didn't spend that much time. I mean, 30 minutes. Also, we never went overtime. And as you see, they actually did go overtime. And also, I mean, I'm trying to record a video here. You can only complain about your opponent taking too much time if they lose. I don't know, they had like an... Actually, no. You can't complain of your opponent using too much time if they do not go below 0. That's the time control that you agreed to. And if they do go below 0, and if you know that it's in bad faith, you can kick them out. Alrighty, well, we are playing against a very strong player now, so win is not guaranteed. The Ukrainian player with the screen name Fan Alex N is on Team Ukraine in the World Championships and the European Championships, but they make mistake on turn 1. I have no idea. They're incredibly strong. They were like rated 700 plus many times. But why would they not meeple this? Okay. So, some interesting decisions. I could not harass, but actually impede the development of my opponent's city, and I think this might be worth doing. Or I could start a city of my own, which would force the discarding of a monastery if a monastery were placed. Yeah, but let's do this. I think breaking my opponent's city is not bad in a situation like this. It just makes sure that they cannot close the city quickly, because imagine if they get another tile like this, they can get 2 triangles over here, create a lip-shaped city. They could end up finishing it quickly anyway, but anyway, if they threaten finishing this city, then we'll deal with it. For now, I just have to start stuff on my own. That's very, very ambitious and very, very blockable. The question is, should I join now? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I should do something with my city first, although how exactly? Maybe like this. Maybe that's the move. They found a good... It's a good move. They are really close to finishing this city, but this does not mean that we should do something about it just yet. I know I'm really tempting fate here. They take 2 points and attack my road meeple, which makes sense. And had they not done that, I would have done something else. But now I think it's a double purpose move. It's almost a no-brainer. I get to defend my road and to attack their city. It's kind of a weak attack, but it's not nothing. So they're now forced to go here and defend. But I still get to finish a city here and drop a farmer, because it's going to be a nice 9-point field. And I can still hope to attack this city later. Ooh, this monastery is very inconvenient because I now can't go here and attack them like this. So I have two options. Either go here and like drop more farmers, or my preferable option is to go here and pre-build a second city. Okay. This is nice. I think I can go here. The question is, do I drop a second farmer? And the answer is I don't think so. Because this field is fairly small, and I'm actually only one curve away from like claiming it fully. So I think that's all right. And I'm preparing to take a Dorito with the road and start this new city over here. My opponent finishes a city, and they're getting closer to being in the lead. 1, 2, 3. There are not many crossroads remaining, but I think I'm still going to start a new road for a variety of reasons. And the main reason is now I control a nice 9-point field. They pre-finished their city. Not much that I could have done about that. I would love to do something like this, but actually, why don't I do something like this? Yeah, but this thing is kind of blockable, so I think I want to wait for the tile that fits here first. But if I do this, they can attack 2 cities. It's fine. It's fine. There's some other reasons why I want to do this. Also, now I get to expand my fields and continue my roads. Oof, that's a bit early. That's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, of course they get to do this, and that's completely fine. But I get the third tile that... Well, actually, do I put it here, or do I put it here instead? No, I kind of feel that this is good. Because I'm threatening a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Like, and it's a bit hard for my opponent to block everything. I kind of want to go here. Because there's still plenty of Doritos that go here. But the problem is, if I do this, my opponent goes over here and attacks this. So actually, I'd rather not do that. And maybe instead just keep developing my fields. I think that's the way to go. Although maybe I don't have to develop my fields. Okay, are you ready for the next move? Those of you who have been watching my channel long enough know what's about to happen. We're playing against a Ukrainian player, so it is my greatest pleasure to play the Ukrainian move against them. Which way, though? I think this way is slightly better. And you see, I prevented them from placing a monastery in a better spot. Ah, but I didn't think about this spot. So I should have placed it one to the left. I just forgot about this option. And of course, the idea is to control 2 meeples of my opponent with 1 meeple. But now I get to finish this city, and this tile is huge. So it was very important for me not to place this tile over here, so that I actually get to finish my city in a variety of possible ways. This, of course, is super vulnerable. By the way, ooh, this is the last dagger. There are no daggers remaining. So if I were my opponent, I might consider like a blocking move or something. Honestly, I am considering a blocking move. Like, this might be actually worth the meeple. Not worth the meeple, but worth the point, because I'm really taking a lot of tiles with that move. And I'm also curtailing the field quite a bit. Although this move seems pretty good, because it would make sure that when I finish the city, there's no re-entry points. But actually, I think I'm going to try this one. Now I could go here and start a monastery, and I would really like to start a monastery. If I did not want for a monastery to go to waste, I could do something like this, but given that there are no daggers remaining, I would be tempted to do something like this and create a blocking platform. Well, I mean, that would also be protecting my city. That's kind of bad. I think I want to do it with a different tile, though. It's an important move. You know what? I've decided to do this. I am starting a new monastery. I know it's dangerous, because I could lose 2 meeples. But my opponent prioritized blocking a meeple in a different spot. I have only 1 legal move. My opponent is about to get a meeple back, but now I get the proper tile. So this square is blocked, and now I'm only 1 tile away from blocking my opponent. Will it happen? And yes, it does happen. So I do get a block here, which was super important. It's not something that I normally do. Wait, do we meeple this road? No, I don't think we do. Although, we lose some value here, but it's fine. I don't think it was really ever worth it. Okay, so our opponent leaves an empty city cap in his field, which makes sense. I could block said city cap, but it would not be a full block, so instead, I'm going to just take 3 quick points. Also, let's just check how we're doing on the tile tracking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, still some curves remaining. Yeah, that's a good move, I think. Now, what do we do? What do we do? I don't have a lot of points. Because you see, my opponent has a 9-point field. I also have a 9-point field. But my opponent has like 23 monastery points. And I don't have much to show for it. I have a 50-50 to get this meeple back over here. I am reasonably likely to get this meeple back. So I think we just need to prevent the worst case scenario. And I'm going to play a weird move. I'm going to make the development of my opponent's city a bit more awkward. Now, this is an interesting move because I will be forced to use a tile suboptimally. Here's what it means. This tile is perfect to go over here because it allows me to turn my meeple into a ruin and to like start building. Or I could simply tie my opponent's ruin. But because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's still 2 straight lines remaining and also 4 curves, I cannot allow my opponent to block me, so I have to continue my city, even though it is a slightly awkward continuation of a city. Yeah, that's a good move. It takes 2 points, and it also, well, kind of makes their field inaccessible to me, but we will keep fighting. I could go here, but then this thing would become kind of vulnerable to a block. But maybe I'm okay with this because I could defend. Yeah, I could defend. And of course, because it's in my field, I can't really meeple this, but I will be losing some points, but that's okay. Well, they just decide that they don't even want to clean off the city cap. That's something. But maybe that's a good decision. I think I have to fight hard in order not to lose this ruin. I need to tie it soon enough. And they are covering it up. Uh-oh. Well, I think I need to meeple this monastery, because I still have meeples that I can use. Oh, this is perfect. So they are now going here, which kind of helps me. I mean, I need to finish this city. It is more important than attacking my opponent's ruin, although it is a bit risky, I know. It is kind of risky. But it just does so much for me. It's so many points, and this field is still kind of inaccessible. Maybe I can even win this field with just 1 farmer. Although, I mean, this is a big platform, right? It's a big platform. We also need to start looking at the overall game situation and win conditions. Unfortunately, that's a very strong move, because it now makes sure that my opponents need a city cap here, a regular city cap, a vanilla, and the one remaining starting tile over here. So how we're doing for points? We're plus 19. We are 11 minus 23 minus 12. So we're only plus 7 if we take into account the monasteries. We have 3 more for the farmers, so we're plus 10, plus 12 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're actually plus 3 and the meeple, so that's good. But what do we do with the city? And do we do something with the city at all? I think, well, I hate doing stuff like this, but I think I need to spend a move on just chasing my opponent's city around. Yeah, and now I'm forced to go here just to prevent their city from immediate completion. It's kind of awkward, but I have to do this, right? Because I would not like for my opponent to win like this. And also there's another purpose with this move. Kind of, if I'm really, really desperate, it creates a field connection platform. So I could like sneak in over here in the end game. Oh man, I should really catch up with the tile counting. Ooh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wait, so what was that move? Why would they do that? Why would they do that? It's not a good move. It just isn't. Actually, I'm not sure, because it sort of creates a field connection platform, but it eliminates a better field connection platform. So the main thing that we need to establish is that there are no city caps left except for the one that I need. So this move was super, super important. And I played over here. And I'm still ahead on the scoreboard. So now we need to think spatially, like how do we deny our opponent field connection and stuff like this, and how do we deny them further points? I think I'm going to start by just simply taking points over here. Oh, actually I could have just dropped a farmer. Yeah, they're taking points. I don't want to be fighting for the field for no reason. I could like drop a farmer like this, connect through a crossroads. Or I think I'm just better off taking points myself, because I'm a couple of points ahead. Whew, okay, now it's going to be easy. Now there's nothing that they can do. They can fight for the field. They can ignore the field. I should be just fine. What's the score again? I forgot. I think after this move... So if I was -3, let me think about this. I was -3. No, I was +3. Then it was +2. Then it was +0. Then it was +1. I think I'm +3 again, if I'm not mistaken. +4, actually. Because I added 1 extra point over here. Now I'm +2, and now I'm going to take 10 points, 4 points for the city, and 6 points for the farm. Let's go. I should be at +12. I'm so happy about this. And then I don't need to like, try attacking my opponent's field or whatever. Although I guess we should be precise with the end game. So what is remaining? I think a bunch of straight lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 straight line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 curve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Straight line, curve, and probably some big tile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. Dorito maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, and a Dorito. It doesn't really change our decision. There's no way to find 100% field connection. So I'm just going to go here. Take 5 more points. If our opponent wants to equalize the field somehow, which... Do they have a way of doing that? No, they don't. Then they're most welcome to try. Although there were some ways how they could do that. Yeah, no, my friend. You see, because the remaining tile is a straight line, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so of course they were hoping for this tile. But the thing is, if they were to get this tile, then I would get the straight line to complete the block. So what's the best move here from my perspective? But I like roads. I like roads. Also, just in case I miscounted, what if there is a curve? No, there isn't. All good, all good. My counting is all right. All right, it felt like I was in control this game. I don't know. Of course, it was nice to win this coin flip over here, but some very crucial moments at the start. First of all, we didn't panic about this big city over here. That was nice, because we had stuff on our own and managed to complete a 6-point road over here, this city over here. And then we thwarted their monasteries. It's so pleasant to play the Ukrainian technique against a Ukrainian player. And it just shows you in action. Look, this one meeple paralyzed 2 monasteries, and actually in effect 3 monasteries, because it was sort of all connected. Then there was one interesting move where I sacrificed a point just on severely reducing my opponent's probabilities, knowing what kind of tiles had come out, and then managed to successfully complete the block. Yeah, so we do win this one plus 18. Our opponent made some threats, but it ended up working out, and we're now at 572, and this is going to be it for today. 2 expert level games. Hopefully you learned something from that. Let's just have a look at our profile page. So what is our record now? 40 victories in 49 games, 82%, which is not ideal. There were 2 ties, by the way, and 7 losses. So hopefully we can keep improving that record and hit the threshold of 600 in our next speedrun video. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you soon.